My name is Mark Faust of Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm making an appeal to you, President Tinubu. Free Nnamdi Kanu, because you have nothing to gain by keeping him. I know President Trump. I've written a book about President Trump. And again, you have nothing to gain by hurting or keeping this man in jail, and everything to lose. I appeal to you, for your own benefit, please release Mazi. To my brothers and sisters in Biafra, you must know there is so much work going on in the United States of America and around the world with literally, of the people I know, hundreds of people, just myself, reaching out to my fellow parishioner in my home church of St. Gertrude, J.D. Vance, the vice president, to all the many hundreds of people reaching out to so many people. You must know this $9 million that has been wasted on lobbying efforts in D.C. is going to be worthless because it's not having an effect. The word has gotten out. People know that Mazi is innocent. People know about the abhorrent genocidal type efforts that are happening to you in Biafra. And I promise you, good things are happening and about to unfold.
Biafra said today, for the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of courtesy and respect. She stands recused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to NJC. I don't want to talk about it. Justice Binta Nyako is using her position for personal gain. For personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. And they told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. You can see it. They don't want the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out. Nobody wants the truth to come out in Nigeria. That's the problem. Who's that person? Corruption charges. They sent her to my case so they can release or smoothen the pathway for the husband and the son. They are facing. It doesn't matter if they off it. In a corrupt society, that's what happens. They are very, very corrupt. There is a breach of judicial oath. They have violated the judicial oath. They have shown bias according to Supreme Court. They are biased against me. Supreme Court said so. And that is why what is happening in the judgments and rulings concerning me has been happening. So, disobedience to Superior Court orders. Supreme Court said you are biased. You are against this man. You should not have revoked his bail. Nigeria went to Kenya and kidnapped him. These things are in the public domain. Why, therefore, are they insisting on trying me? A court order was entered. In that very court order, it was said very clearly and succinctly that she is no more. No. That she is no more going to try me. Why are they insisting? Why are they insisting? I ask. Because they have no case against me. They have no case against me, and they know it.
Remember, you have enemies, Yorubas. They are moving in. You remember what Tinubu did? He went out since. He went out lobbying. Coming back here, what he's throwing is that an Igbo man caused the bombing. Not that Igbo people are the one killing Nigerians, so killing Christians. So he's not talking about that side, though. That it is the Igbo person that told Americans that they are killing, there is Christian genocide. Not that they are killing Christians. Most terrorists are killing Christians. So what they went there to do is New York Times. That they are killing, that who reported the matter to US is an Igbo man that sells screwdriver. Can you imagine the kind of brain these people have? The kind of government you have? You know, the thing is very appalling. It gets as a bit to me. And some people don't understand. And this is exactly the kind of politics that have been playing in Nigeria for a very long time. If something happens, they will say Igbo people. And the Igbo leaders, you know, they bribe them so that they will not talk, so that everything will lie low, and they will keep on useless in messing Igbo name, Igbo identity have been rubbished. If not those Igbos in diaspora that is helping now, my brother, Igbo would have erased Igbo. Yorubas came now to destroy Igbo completely, and so many people don't know. This Tinubu you are seeing, can you imagine terrorists, Fulani terrorists are killing people? He's not looking at that area and Igbos going to trade fair, going to Alaba, setting their businesses ablaze, destroying their properties, and so many people don't know. They are not seeing what they are playing. See what he said. Immediately he came back, they say New York Times reported is an Igbo boy in Onitsha, selling screwdriver, reported to America to come and bomb this Bombay. He's not saying that you outside of Fulanis are killing people. This kidnap in Kaduna on Sunday, he's not talking about it. And I pity Igbos. I pity them all. I pity so many Igbos. They are not understanding. Even some Igbo men, if you see them now, they say they want to buy house here, they want to do this. I look at Mumu, up and down. My friend, I believe you know the guy. He used to be here. He's in US at the moment. He even came back. The guy sent me last 2 years. I bought one land for him at Mumu. Do you know when he came back? I said, but why do you want to buy the land that time? He said he wants to use it. I said, okay. After purchasing it, I said, that land is not good. Don't develop it. Sell this property. Thank God it's 3 years now. Sell it. At least you bought it 9 to 10 million. Now it should be like 20 million or 20 something million. Sell it. Do you know he agreed to sell it now? Sell it and go to East. You know, many Igbo people, I don't know their problem. I don't know their problem. Even before I was able to convince this guy, I finished him. What is the problem of Igbos? Many Igbos are stupid though. Go to Onitsha. Go to Nnewi. If you go to Nnewi, you know, many of them say, I don't know whether they do travel. Go to Nnewi, go to Olu, go to Mbise. If you go to my village, you can't see mud house. If you go to my village, you can't see mud house. You see bad houses. Come, if you know they clean, travel to Igbo land, you'll be ashamed of yourself. That's true. If you know they neat, you go there. They list the people in the village that you pass them. You are a mumu. You will be shocked. They will mess you up. Say you know Babi, hey, you know they this clean. You go there. Believe that you get money. You get one shop like this. Say you get money. No more house in Igbo land. Land itself just very difficult to. Do you know you can get land here at 3 million? Before you get land there, 3 million, very difficult. Unless in the village, go. The land that is in the bush. You can't buy land in Nnewi. You can't go to Oka. You can't go to. And look at this guy. Go there and buy land and build whatever you want to build. Mansions that are there is world class, second to none. I don't know your madness. Go there. That place is more developed. You know the difference. You know, since how many years? Since 1970, they have been sidelining Igbo like seaport, international airport, all these liaison offices, embassies. They don't allow them to exist there so that East will not go. Outside that, you can't compare them. So why do you want to develop? Go there and build whatever you want to build. They agreed at the end. Because these people, we are not the same. We are not one. We are not one completely. They are telling you we are not one, and you are not understanding it. What causes it is that, you know, inequality. The gap is much. You know, we are not like them. We don't reason like them. We prosper easily. We excel in our businesses. So when they look at you, they believe say you are bad. Not that you did anything. If you look at why they are angry with Igbos, you at least every woman should understand the reason. It's very clean, pure, very written on the wall. You don't understand why they hate you. No matter how you do it, they hate you because you prosper faster. That is the meaning. If you cook food, they say, why are you cooking food? You do anything you do, they say, why are you doing like that? And you want to, okay, let us divide. They say no. Every time. Continue the thing to be like this.
Just like what the Northern elders are saying, that Trump should not divide Nigeria.
Yes, they are saying that because of they have seen where the movement is going to. They have seen it. And you know one thing, These people in Nigeria are not understanding the end point of this. This matter in Nigeria will end in bloodshed. You know, I told you. You remember the day I quarreled with you, quarreled with me? Either 3 years ago. Nnamdi Kanu issue. He said Nnamdi Kanu is saying that there is no beer carry arms. There is nowhere division comes without bloodshed, bloodletting. It can never. You see this Somaliland that's broken out now. Because Israel recognized them. Definitely America has recognized them. See Somalia now. They are trying to welcome, they say, let us work together. And it's not going to be possible. You know that war that they fought that time? Somalia. Now be that war where Nnamdi Kanu used to give examples, say Nigeria will be like Somalia. If they wanted to divide though, it's division war. Sudan, now the same. Sudan fought that war to divide, and that was why at the end of the crisis, they divided. This thing happening in Nigeria will lead to division. But God can never let anybody that kill to go scot-free. You know the number of people they have killed in Nigeria so far? Oh yeah, watch. I come from God's side. God can never let Nigeria to divide without bloodshed. There's going to be bloodshed in Nigeria. Mark my word. There's going to be. I told you that time. You say I'm lying. Watch again. They don't want Nigeria to be free. They don't want the division to come so that there will be solution to it. They still want to rubbish the Igbo name. They want to bring Islam. Can you imagine Muslim ruling us? They say it doesn't matter. Especially the Yoruba say it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. But the Western world, all of them know that it matters. Are we Muslims? No. You come here, you bring some programs. Now they bring Sharia. Can you imagine America telling them, why are you practicing Sharia in so many states in North? Why are you doing this? If you watch here, sometimes they used to take them to court about a hijab. Have you seen any of them condemning those laws, those things they used to do, those cases? Are they supposed, you know, say gradually they are coming. They are going somewhere. That's why America is angry. Why are you people talking about Sharia law in Nigeria? Why are you doing all this? Oh yeah, that place they bombed. Have you asked, has Nigerian government told you what they saw in that place? Do you know that they are hiding it? Has Tinubu disclosed to Nigerians why they bombed there and what they saw there? If you see now, they are saying it doesn't, they didn't kill anybody. Do you know that they kill some people there? There are things they kill. It's behind, at the back of Sultan's house. At the back of Sultan's house. Since that time, Sultan kept quiet. Are you seeing Westerners talking about that matter? Are you not seeing that? Well, all of them, are they not here? Why are they not talking about that matter? What they are trying to cover is they do like say nothing did here. As if nothing happened. They want to even bring another issue to cover it. Issue of Igbo. If you do, they say hey, somebody decamped. Atiku's son decamped. They are talking nonsense. They are not bringing issues that is supposed to be discussed.
Very serious, like what we are experiencing.
They are not talking about it. What they are talking about irrelevant issues. My brother, matter of Nigeria. Remember I told you. Watch. The day it will start, you will say I told you.
Are you not scared that America and Israeli intervention might mean something else? We've not seen something happen before.
America, Nnamdi Kanu told you one day the issue of Biafra will go worldwide. That CNN will discuss about that. The world leaders will talk about it. Now they are not talking. Now they are talking about it. The world leaders are talking about it now. Don't you know? It's a good thing. Any little thing now they will talk about it. Any little thing, any of them will say, see what is going on. It's good. Biafra issue, Nnamdi Kanu. You know when they talk about this thing now, they know that Nnamdi Kanu is in jail. Trump knows. All those prime ministers, they are aware that they jailed the guy unlawfully. They know. You see that they're talking about it. They know Nnamdi Kanu. EU, European countries, they know him. You know, say he met them. He told them before coming to Nigeria. All of them, Trump know them. He lobbied Trump. When Trump lost the election to Biden, Nnamdi Kanu met him. He met him. He supported him. This coming now, this second one. I supported Trump. Trump knows Nnamdi Kanu. But have you had him before discuss Nnamdi Kanu issue? No. All of them are aware. They know all the whole things going on in Nigeria. But they do as if they don't know. They want the thing to come to their table. You know, Oyibo love lobbying. What is our own gain? If we help you to divide, what would you give us? What is it? So that is why when you say they are going to divide Nigeria, I don't know whether they have come to agreement. So see what will give America, see what will give you Israel, see what will give you. Immediately this thing has taken place, which I don't know whether they have agreed on it. My brother, forget Nigeria, they will divide their biafra, they will cut off. You understand? That's why I don't look at things based on these things you people will say, I read newspaper. Do you know newspaper is the news? Or this idiot bring to you. It's not authentic. This thing you read here. Even this our online news is better because it's eyewitness report. And if you see most of the time, they will even erase it. Immediately they see that news, they will pay them, tell them to remove it. They will remove it. You understand? So that they say that thing is false. When they see original, they good news, they will remove it. They wouldn't like Nigeria to. You know the censure press. They thought of they did many things before they write it for people. They say, hey, these ones are the one good for people to read. That's what they do here. So whatever you see on the pages of my brother, don't believe them unless from outside.
But I read from that report on, I don't want to mention the paper, that a former Secretary of State to Donald Trump, Mike Pompeo, was spearheading the issue of presenting to Donald Trump options, which includes, division. Even though he's not coming from the cabinet of Donald Trump, but a close ally of Donald Trump.
I have not seen something like that. That is what I'm saying. I have not seen it. So I don't know.
Yes, there's the issue of $9 million lobbying.
Yes.
It was $750,000, and
yes.
There's the issue of $66,000 coming from, I don't know whether they say it's IPOB or whatever it is. You understand? But did you look at that? There were senators too that IPOB were actually using.
I don't know. It could be that you forgot. Years back, I used to tell you, like what I said, Nnamdi Kanu knows Trump. They are like friends. You understand? You know why I said that? It's not as if they used to sit together. Do you know that Nnamdi Kanu has taken this issue to White House before? Donald Trump, when he was in power that first time. You know that time they designated Nigeria?
Yes, the first time, yes.
He took it to them. He told them. Trump is aware of Nnamdi Kanu's existence, whatever he's fighting for. He knows. See, the issue there, the money they paid, everything, it's not new. There are lobbyists all over there. In the Western world, there are lobbyists. They lobby. Nnamdi Kanu has been lobbying. You know why UN never banned IPOB? EU never banned IPOB. Many nations never banned IPOB as terrorist organization. They lobby them and they are transparent in all their activities. They monitor, they check that these people are not terrorists. They know. Till now, IPOB is not a terrorist organization.